going on, everybody? This is Godzilla for the Nintendo Entertainment System. I am Buffalax. I'm honored to be able to present this to you guys. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start in 3, 2, 1. Alright, we're going to skip the intro, it's slow. Alright, so how this game works is you have a hex-based grid right here. The goal is to get to the ship on the other side of the grid in order to go to the next planet. We are on our way to Planet X in order to beat back the invasion coming from the aliens from that planet. So this is a side-scroller mixed with a beat-em-up, mixed kind of with an RPG. We've got levels and health and experience, sort of. It's kind of an all-in-one. It's everything except a platformer, so it's kind of the perfect game for me. Alright, so we go, and then they go, and then we go, and then they go. And Godzilla can move up to 2 squares. All the other enemies can move up to 2 squares. We're going to do a little bouncy tech here. Hopefully this guy spawns and goes up and to the left. Perfect. This one will go down to the right, so we can just skip that whole thing. Do a little kick before we jump over that. That is the only jump in the game, by the way, that little stone. Anytime we repeat this level, that is the only platforming in the game. Well, I mean, we jump, but for other reasons. Alright, so I'm going to play most of this as Godzilla. We are going to kill off Mothra every once in a while. This is Godzilla the Squid. The strat here is to punch it in the eyeball. We will use our radiation breath here. It will do 2 bars worth of damage to Godzilla and 2 bars of damage to the final boss. But everything else can do between 2 and 4. Alright, so we're going to do a little bit manip here. You saw this guy move up a couple squares. I don't want to move here and then have to move 2 and then 1 again. So what we're going to do is kill Mothra off right now and make them take their next turn again so it's closer and it saves menuing time. We're going to fly over this stuff here in order to get to our death spot. Mothra's main objective in this run is to die and change monster movement manipulation, I guess. Alright. We just sit here. We want to try and move back and forth a little bit when we're Mothra. Kill him a little bit quicker. Alright, this is Maguera. The strat here is be as far away as possible when you do the radiation breath. If you are the correct distance away, it will do 4 bars of damage. The closer you are, it will only do 2. And then we'll come in and punch until we get knocked back. And when we get knocked back, we will repeat the process. And then we'll come in by tail swiping and punch him in the face again. Okay, so I would like you to actually moving in the menu in the on this the hex screen is pretty annoying. Okay, so one of the things I'm gonna do most of the run is tail whip with Godzilla through these levels. You are gonna get hit with things no matter what because your sprite is so big. But anytime you get knocked back, you lose time. In order to mitigate the knockback, we are going to use the attack animations to have us not get knocked back, basically. We still take damage, but it keeps us from losing ground on the stage, basically. Oh, this game's music is absolutely wonderful. It's one of the reasons why I loved it so much as a kid. One of the reasons why I love it now. I've been playing this game for almost 30 years now, so I'm still not tired of it. Alright, so here we're in the city stages. City stages are pretty hard. Again, we're going to use our tail whip to prevent getting knocked back. Hopefully, each of these little pods that pops up are vulnerable at different times. Like these that shoot missiles, you can only damage them immediately after they move. And then the little pop-up ones, obviously, when they pop up, you can hit them. That is Earth. We are now 1/9 of the way done. No, 1/8. Because we don't go Mercury and Venus, but then we add Planet X. Alright, we're going to use the breath here just to go through the sky. Again, we don't get knocked back, we still take damage, but we just walk right on through them. And then we're going to do it again here. Nice and easy. Gonna duck underneath these guys. We're gonna do as much as possible to keep from getting knocked back, because when we duck underneath things like the phoenixes here, we can get knocked back into one of them, and then we can get stun locked, and then it'll be GG. And not the kind of GG we like, you know? And on the taller volcanoes, I'm tail whipping and holding up at the same time. Oh, that's another thing about this game. Jump is the up button. It's perfect. Sorry, I have to concentrate on those spots. It's really difficult to duck, tail whip, and then jump at the same time, but it saves a lot of time in very specific spots. Especially later on when we get to Saturn. What other fancy tech do we have? So duck, tail whip, jump, duck. We're going to be close to where the biggest run killer starts spawning. I like to call it the death magnet. I like to call it something else, but that's not very family friendly. So I go with Death Magnet on times where it's more appropriate. And when the Death Magnet hits you, it will hit you every single frame it touches you, and it goes right through you. So it literally can go through Godzilla and kill him in one hit, even when you are max level. Okay, here we are at Godzilla again. Bounce with them, hit him in the face. And then breathe, get that maximum kill. Oh yeah, the next thing. Next thing I wanted to talk about was lag. There are tons of places in this game where lag is generated, and it is generated. I'd say probably 90%, maybe even more, with anything that is the same colored sprite as either Godzilla or Mothra. That was a good one. That was about 3 bars worth. So as you progress, so anything that is Godzilla's color palette or Mothra's, depending on which one you're using at the time, We're gonna kill Mothra off right here in order to make the next guy move up to Godzilla, just like Earth. Okay, so we're just gonna ram Mothra's face into this dirt pile here. I'm gonna try and hit the dirt pile. It does more damage than the fireballs do. Most of the stuff that is the same color palette as Godzilla, though, hangs out in space, so you can't really do anything about it. But things like, especially Godzilla's atomic breath, that will cause a ton of lag. There is a category for solo Mothra. I started doing that category when I looked on GameFAQs to see if there was any information in the GameFAQ that I could use for the speedrun. And in the GameFAQ it says that we just tail whip him and that's kind of it. Knock him back a little bit, hopefully, to do the old breath, and that's Varan's cake. But on the GameFAQ it says to never fight Ghidra with Mothra. So I was like, you know what? If anyone can do it, it's me. So then I came up with the Mothra only speedrun after that. Okay, right here's one of those spots where we could get stuck. Ooh, that was pretty close right there. If we got knocked back further into the Phoenix that was on the back of the screen, that would have been it. Yeah, there's the death magnet. We want to dodge that as much as possible, or as often as possible. My favorite underdog kaiju is Baragon, and he's also the most, one of the most difficult in this run, as well as in Godzilla 2, which is a completely different game. It's basically a tactical. It's kind of like Advanced Wars, but with slot machines. And that was really lucky. That was so lucky. Alright, so we're going to try and sneak underneath these guys again. This is a really sore spot, and then we'll just punch that. I am looking at chat, but I'm kind of looking at it sparingly, just so you know. Alright, these walls, when they pop up, if you run into them in order to try and do any damage to them, it will knock you back. I'll demonstrate that right here real quick. But if you tail whip into it, even if it's not popped up yet, when it pops up, it won't knock you back. Gotta watch my health a little bit here now, I guess. Nope, we're good. Okay, so I guess we'll talk about how levels work now. You gain levels through beating monsters and getting points, I assume. I don't know exactly how it works, when it decides to give you a level or not. But mostly through beating monsters, it'll give you a level. Then once in a while you get one during a stage, and we're off to Jupiter. Alright, Jupiter, we're going to try and do a little bit of monster manipulation here as well. I'm going to go first with Godzilla, and then Ghidorah's gonna move, and then I'm gonna kill Mothra off then. What happens when a monster dies and then it's their turn, the turn on their side reverts back to the one previous to whose turn it's supposed to be. And we're going to use Mothra to exploit that a little bit. How that's supposed to work, we're going to duck under these. This is pretty difficult. I'm just going to do this here. Getting underneath both those is kind of a pain. So I'm going to go... Gizora's going to go. Mothra's going to go and die. That's going to trigger Gizora to go again. And we're hoping Gizora goes into the little corner up there. So that way we can skip fighting it. Alright. Oh, I need to scoot up just a hair more. There we go. Hey. I don't know how it works, man. It just does, okay? Gizora did not cooperate with us. We wanted it to go one square above where it is. So we're not going to save any time by skipping it. Alright, so sliding underneath these things is pretty difficult. You gotta duck and tail whip right when you're underneath the laser. And then plowing through everything else is pretty self-explanatory. Here you can try and duck underneath all three, but you generally won't get it. So I just kill those. There's a spot where you can duck underneath two of them, and it works out most of the time. The Artichokes of Doom there. Alright, let's get our bounce on. Oh, that was perfect. Each planet you go to, a new monster spawns. This planet, Hydra spawns. Hydra is a garbage monster, literally. Yeah, the thing about Gizora is Gizora will knock you back into the corner. Can't do any damage to you, but will waste a lot of time. Alright, let's, nope. Cooperate here. There we go. There we go. Very nice. Stuck under here, tail whip. So a new monster spawns on each planet you go to, along with all the other ones. All the way up to Planet X when you will fight Ghidra. And duck. So all those little droplets and that big ship up above us was dropping, that's lag time. That little missile guy up there, that's all lag. As you can see, it gets real slow in some spots, and it is mostly because of stuff that's up there you can't do anything about. Alright, get that out of here. This is one of the harder stages here too. There's just so much stuff going on at once. My thumb starts cramping up. Alright, Varan. Alright, there we go. We got the atomic breath for 4 damage. Where I am hitting Varan right now with the tip of the tail is the spot that Varan is most vulnerable. It will do the do that knockback animation. There is some debate as to whether tail whipping or punching is faster against Varan. You can punch really quick and do a lot of damage, but there's also doesn't really do that knockback so much. Another cool little trick that I will try to do here, if a monster is jumping in the air and you kick it while it's in the air, you jump and kick it, and it's about to die, it will skip this death animation right here. Which that saves like 4 or 5 seconds per time you're able to do it per run. Alright, this is the 2 spot that we can most of the time get underneath it. Well, we got underneath it, but then we got stuck. I'm glad I didn't go any further forward, because that would have been game over. Get out of here, Magnet. No me gusta. Look at that health. The old owl. Dropping little green bits. There we go. I was waiting for that to show up, to pop up. Just get underneath this guy. There's also, get under there. Yes. That was beautiful. That spot right there is real hard to pull off too. Sliding underneath both of them and then destroying the thing and then being able to keep moving afterwards. Alright, these stages right here are mostly in Saturn. And this is where the upwards tail whip is most important. So like this guy right here, you can kind of walk into it and punch it, but you're risking getting damaged a lot. You can't really kick it or tail whip it unless you jump and tail whip it like that. Alright, this is Hedra. Hedra is either really easy or really not. It just depends on if you get knocked back or not. So normally, if Hedra cooperates, you can just stand here and punch it. But if you get knocked back, it will produce the yellow and red American donuts there, or French, or British, or whatever, you know. And if it starts shooting those out, it is really hard to get back underneath. And if it's hard to get back underneath, you're kind of stuck waiting to get in. You know, it's hard to do damage. It is quite difficult once Hedra gets going to do any damage. Get that magnet out of here. Tail whip into the wall. Next stage is when we will really see the manipulation come into play, hopefully. There's one extremely key fight that we have to do in one round. Oh, that's something I need to explain. Anytime you fight against a monster, you have a certain amount of time in order to defeat it, or else it'll just stop the fight and go back to the old hex map screen, whatever you want to call it. The old hexadecimal chessboard. So you got like 45 seconds in order to get rid of the monster, or you end up getting popped out there, and then the turn order continues with whoever's turn is next. And we really don't want that. In a couple situations we do. And that's Jupiter. In a couple situations we want it, but most of the time we really don't. Alright, we're going to start off with Godzilla. Of course. I'm going to do the old upwards tail whip here. One of the things about this game that you would not expect to be accurate, or not expect to be able to happen, is you can skip fights. You don't have to fight all the monsters before you go to the next stage, which you would assume you would have to. You can just leave them on the planet and just keep going up. So hopefully we will be able to do that here. Alright, and we'll kill Mothra off right now. We're gonna make Godzilla go again. Which planet's the best theme? Let me think about that. I actually think Uranus is a pretty good theme. Uranus is really fun to listen to. I don't know. I like Neptune too. Neptune's really good. Alright, so now Godzilla's going again, so we can just get rid of it. Have it not interrupt our turn order. Alright, come on. Don't pin me in the back here, buddy. Don't. Alright. So whenever I get pinned like that, I want to try and spam that breath. Because even if I only get let up, he only lets up for like half a second or whatever, I can still get that full 2 bars of damage out. Alright, so we will move up here. Oh yeah, leveling. Each stage has its own level cap. The level cap for the whole game is 16, but each planet only lets you get so high. Most of the time it's 2 levels, sometimes it's only 1. So like on Earth the level cap is 3, on Mars the level cap is 5. Jupiter it's 7, I believe Saturn it's 8. I believe that's the one where it's only 1. Alright, we're gonna go down here, but we're not going to fight Varan, because we're gonna try and sneak past him. We want to skip as many fights as possible in our quest to take over enemy headquarters on Planet X. And this is one of the roughest stages in the game right here. Get out of here, Magnet. Good old tail whip strats. Get you through anything. So Mogware is going to park underneath Varan. And we are going to continue our quest to not fight these 2 guys. The title music is used again in this. Yes. Oh, Magnet, get out of here. Bub, I don't appreciate your existence. Alright. These little flying saucers, I think they do a decent amount of lag as well. Alright. Tail whip up. Tail whip up. Very nice. Alright, so this is the most important fight in the game until close to the end. Right here. We need to kill Baragon in one round. Otherwise, we are fighting two fights we don't want to fight. And it is very difficult because Baragon is half your height, so you can't just punch Baragon down. And the fight itself is pretty difficult. I got lucky on that. I started my breath way too early. So if we can't do enough damage in 45 seconds, it is going to cost us about a minute, maybe a minute 15. Alright, this is where you really got to get that underneath the tail whip going. On some of these you can tail whip while you're going down, like that. Like this one you can. Oh. No, that one you can't. Alright, this is going to be really difficult. Get underneath there. Okay, good. Good. A lot of stuff you can tail whip up and down. Like this you can tail whip down. It's a lot easier to do it that way. But the ones with the long reach, you can only do it while you're going up. And that one you can tail whip up and then punch, but it's nice swag to do it up, going up and down. Alright, here we go. Gotta kick him in the face. Oh, this is already going awfully. When he pops up, use your breath. When he pops up and you don't have your breath, you gotta tail whip him. This ain't gonna happen. We're gonna be wasting some time here. I don't know, maybe. Nope. 2 bars. There's the donuts that we don't want to see. A lot of the monster fight music's really good too. Alright, so we gotta get rid of Baragon now. Oh yeah, they heal a couple bars of health after every fight too, so there's that. Most of the time it's not too much of an issue, but now we have to fight Varan from behind. Tail whip him in his ribs here. You want to get right up and underneath him. Get out of here. Oh, there we go. There was the him jumping and me killing him, and it's skipping the death animation. I'm glad that happened once. I'm glad that happened, so y'all can see it. Alright, bub. Cooperate, there we go. Get out of here, Magnet. Horseshoe of Doom, yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's another good good term for it. Get out of here. I guess we do still, no, 1, 2. I guess we do still skip Mogwera. What other fun stuff about this game is there? Oh yeah. If you are on the map screen and push the select button, it will give you a password. And the password, not only will it save where you're at in the level, but it's literally frame-based. I'll show you here real quick. So you push select, it gives you a password. I literally haven't done anything yet. Push select, it's a different password. Alright, we're gonna hopefully do a bunch of manip here. Saturn's, or this is Uranus. Alright, we'll kill Mothra first. Unfortunately, there's not a good spot to kill Mothra. So it's gonna be slow. This is all we got. Luckily, Mothra hasn't leveled up any, so Mothra doesn't have 50 health bars. Rip Mothra, rip of Mothra. Mothra is a lot of fun to play with, but also has a lot of things that are detrimental to speedrunning with. Here we're gonna move Godzilla. Not at all. We're not going to fight the enemy either. One of the interesting things about this is the enemy monsters will not realize that you have... will not fight you if it's adjacent to you if you have not taken a turn or haven't moved that monster yet on that map. That's what I meant to do. Do we fight here? No. Okay. So if they approach you and you haven't moved the monster, they won't attack you. So that's another thing we're kind of using to our advantage right here. Now we have moved, but Izora and Vran both have already taken their turns, so we won't be seeing them, hopefully. And then we'll move up here. And we'll fight Mogwera. And we're back into the wonderful bubbly stages. See, I can't help but sing along, you know? It's just such good music. Oh, that's another thing. If there's a bunch of, like, Godzilla-colored sprites on the screen, and you use your atomic breath, it'll just fizzle out. It won't even show up. So you will have wasted your power for nothing. Okay, I'm gonna wait a second. There we go. Get all this stuff off the screen. Okay, when you're mashing to punch with Godzilla, if you mash too fast, you'll actually punch slower. So you just gotta find your rhythm. You just gotta find your rhythm. Alright, so... Here we're fighting Baragon at level 9 instead of level 8, and you can see how much difference even one level of experience is for us. Instead of that fight being almost impossible to do in one round, it is absolutely cake. Alright, we're not going to fight again. And make the next monster fight us on their turn. Paragon is less friendly in gears. That is exactly accurate. Alright, Gigan's fight's real easy. Okay. When he puts his spikes out, you just stagger your punches. So that way he doesn't trap you in the corner, and then you go back to punching him in the throat. We'll go ahead and give him one of these for good measure. Excellent. Easy fight. Easy fight. Now we're gonna move here. And we're gonna not fight again. So that way when it's Hidra's turn, they will decide to fight us. When you are on their ship square, you cannot leave if there is a monster adjacent to you. But you can otherwise, even if there are monsters on the board. A lot of little bits of movement I am still not 100% sure on how to do, how to take care of. There we go. Once you hit level 10, the punch strength is phenomenal, and fights get so much quicker. Even though they get more health and more power. Alright. That's Uranus. Pluto's pretty straightforward. We're going to take the north path. There are two paths. We're going to take the north one. There are easier enemies on it. And when it is the turn of the ones in the south, they won't be able to catch up to where we're at. Even when we give them an extra turn, we'll do our breath and clip through this enemy. Pluto is basically a conglomeration of all the different maps, all the different hex types. Yeah, look at how strong our punches are. It's pretty sweet. Gets even better once we hit like level 12, level 14. But thanks, Jack. Gotta wait to see what he did there. He didn't do anything. So we'll just tail whip his abdomen. Alright, here I'm going to try and punch him a little bit just to get him knocked back, and then we'll breathe, and then that will be it. It is a lot like Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Alright, if you don't do this properly, you can get stuck here for a while. Alright, Maguera's going, so we're just going to take this opportunity to get rid of Mothra now. This stage, it doesn't matter nearly as much when you get rid of Mothra. Oh, one of the main reasons why we're getting rid of Mothra is in order for us to progress to the next stage, both the monsters have to be off the screen when you say you want to go to the next stage. So either we have to take both of them from the beginning to the end, or we kill one of them off and save half a run worth of time. I love the music in this game so much. I think the time I have for Mothra only is 151, in which we basically use the same strats, but reversed. Nope, 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 don't touch me. I'm mashing too fast. And one of the biggest problems with this game is if you get Godzilla to the end and then you try to take Mothra across, if Mothra dies, it's game over. It doesn't recognize that you took Godzilla to the end of the stage. It only recognizes that Godzilla's not on the stage and Mothra died. So whether you get him there or not, if he's gone and Mothra dies, it's a game over. So if you noticed earlier, the radiation breath for Godzilla, it only took like 4 bars for him to use it. Now it takes like, I would say like probably 8 or 9. I'm not 100% on that. It takes a lot. So, but the actual strength of the breath doesn't get any stronger. The only upside to that is the higher your health is, the quicker the bar refills. So since you have so much more health, the bar refills a lot quicker. Gonna do a little breath through here. Then we can do another one here. Earlier, when we did this stage, we couldn't do back-to-back breaths like that. We're gonna duck under. Hope we don't get knocked back. Perfect. And now more magnets are coming after us. So that's also fun. Oh yeah. You can manipulate how much breath you use. If you kick before you breathe, it uses less and it's weaker. But it's great for clipping through things quicker. Whereas a long breath, if you don't kick before you breathe, a long breath does more damage. So you just gotta weigh your options for when you need what. So we'll kick and then breathe. It goes quicker. And we use less power. That's something I haven't really worked into my runs very much yet. There's still a lot of little things I need to improve on. Which is why my PB is 110 and the world record's 104. There's also a category specifically for the Japanese version of the game. In the Japanese version, the game is much harder all around. You can only punch half as fast as normal. You can only do any attack half as fast as normal. Godzilla can only move 1 square on the map instead of 2. And Mothra can only move 2 squares on the map instead of 4. So you're doing half damage, and you're taking pretty much twice as many turns. And there's definitely a lot of work that needs done in routing that once I decide to get back to it. It is... This game's pretty difficult in and of itself, especially at the end here. Alright, Mechagodzilla time. Alright, you want to breathe on him right away. Get that damage done. And then the big strat here is you want your face inside his face. That way, when you're punching, you are less likely to get knocked back. But when you do get knocked back, you can use your breath and do more damage. Use your tail whip to get closer. He's not cooperating very much. This might be a 2-rounder. No, we're good. We're good. We got it. Doing a speedrun of the Japanese version is... I wouldn't say it's a nightmare. Speedrunning Godzilla 2 is a nightmare. Yet I still choose to do it. But, it is a lot more difficult, yes. The big thing on this stage is getting Mechagodzilla down in one round. It's possible. I mean, I'm able to do it most of the time now. But it was a long time in learning how to do that fight, even though it seems simple. It's all about feeling it out. When to go back and use your breath and all that stuff. Godzilla 2 is a game where it feels like you are losing the entire time you're playing it until you win, or don't. I mean, that's the way I put speedruns of Godzilla 2. That's how I classify them. It feels like you're losing the entire time, and then you might win. And we'll leave those three alone and go to our next planet, which is Neptune. And mind you, when this game was made, Neptune was further away from the sun than Pluto. We're going to try a bunch of Monster Nip right here. We're going to sit and not move for a while. And then we're not going to fight a couple times. We're going to move down here to Maguera, and we're not going to fight. We're going to make Maguera fight us on his turn. This is one of the places I get to explain another wonderful quirk of this game. Along with turn order and killing monsters off and stuff, if you get a monster down to very low health, don't kill it in the 45 seconds that you've got, and then it's the monster's turn next, it will decide to run away instead of choosing to fight you. It will flee to the next zone. So we're going to use that to our advantage here with luck, because it is a difficult thing to pull off. You will see why. I mean, it's not hard to do it casually. It's hard to do it in this instance. Let's put it that way. The one time we need to use it for our advantage is probably the most difficult time to use it. It's not executing it that's hard. It's not hard to execute. It's staying alive afterwards. Okay, that thing did 6 bars of damage to my face, just passing through my face. So that's not fun. Those are death magnets. If that was my whole body, that would have been game over. All right, buddy. You should cooperate a little bit more here. You are totally not cooperating. At least he gave me the skip. We'll go here and not fight again. They are absolutely the true bosses of the game. So we have pretty low health right now. I really could use a couple drops here. There we go. Get that magnet out of here. My timing on that was pretty well off. Alright, not bad. Okay, so we're gonna have Baragons going now. We're gonna have Baragon go again by killing Mothra off. And we don't want Baragon to go north. If Baragon goes north, then all our plans are ruined. All our plans are ruined. This is gonna be a slow kill also. Making the old sacrifice. Just taking it nice and slow. Perfect. Oh, that's beautiful. That could not be any better. Okay, so we are going to go here. And we're not going to fight again. Then it will be Gigan's turn, and that's where the where our wonderful low health trick is going to make this stage way easier. Neptune's pretty annoying also because it's all city stages, and the city stages are mostly I'd say other than one or two rock stages, the most difficult ones in the game. Especially the further in you go. Get underneath it. There's just so much stuff going on these stages. Alright, so here we're going to fight Gigan, but we're going to try and not kill Gigan. Killing Mothra off. Mothra is attached to an enemy in this stage. So in order to move Mothra more than one square, you have to kill the enemy that Mothra is connected to. Alright, so we're going to try and get Gigan down to less than 1 bar of health. Perfect. Alright, so now we need to kill Godzilla in 1 round. And then Gigan will take his turn again. And Gigan will hopefully run away. Yeah, if you're adjacent to an enemy, it will only let you move 1 square. That was a really good Mechagodzilla fight. So now Gigan's going to choose to run away. And we will move to this square here and go off to the next planet. Which after Neptune is Planet X. And other than death magnets, the thing that is most likely to kill you is Ghidra, which is your final boss. And it depends on how YOLO we go with it. I'll probably do safety strats. Get underneath there. Beautiful. Probably do some safety strats with Ghidra. Alright. This is Planet X. It's made of a bunch of X's. So Planet X takes one square out of each of the different biomes, or one hex, sorry, one hex of each of the different biomes and sandwiches it between two hexes of city. And every single biome hex is the most difficult one to get through. Except the city hexes. Some of them are nice and some of them aren't. Pretty soon we will say goodbye to Mothra one last time. And here's where the entrance music, the opening music, playing again. The funny thing about that is the actual Godzilla movie theme is on the cart, but it is a hidden track. And in the Japanese version, that the actual Godzilla theme is what is played in the opening. Alright, so we obviously want to optimize our movement and go 2 squares instead of 1. So, goodbye Mothra. You have served your purpose. So there's so much stuff on the screen here that your little pea shooter doesn't fire half the time. Okay, and then this is it. Well, I don't know, because it's still on the cart, and you can still listen to it. I apologize for having my follow sounds activated. I forgot to turn those off. It is the shotgun sound from Doom. Right. That would make sense. That would definitely make sense. Let's just tail whip this guy. There's so much lag. Let's breathe here. I'll just go ahead and breathe here. Now, if you catch a magnet at the right time and at the right angle, you can use a atomic breath to kill it. However, it's a rarity. And now I'm level 15. You see how quickly my bar is filling up for my power now. It's just... That's right, you gotta rip and tear. Okay, we're just gonna use it here to get rid of this stuff. Get out of here, magnet. Another little quirky thing about this game is once you get to the very end and you kill Ghidra, you still have to walk onto the square Ghidra was on and occupy the occupy the headquarters, which means even after fighting Ghidra and probably being close to death, you still have to do another stage. And it's one of those hard, dark gray city stages with a lot of stuff going on at once. I'm sorry, I'm only intermittently looking at chat. Some of the stuff's pretty pretty intense. The big drawback to trying to speedrun this game is having to go through all these stages repeatedly. It wears on you by the time you get this far. It does get kind of repetitive. But I think the thrill at the end is more than worth it. Alright, we're at max level, level 16. Awesome. At this point in time, we don't even really need to punch him a whole bunch. We can just keep wiggling him back and forth. And that's it. Hopefully. No, he was too close. Yes, they did nearly put Anguirus as a playable character. There's a really cool, I don't know if you're into that sort of thing, but there's a creepypasta about this game. And it is pretty interesting, and it uses a lot of assets from this game that you don't normally see. Yeah, one bad magnet, one bad knockback, and the run is over. Alright, we're gonna try and slide under both of these here. No, we're not. No, we're not doing it. That is one of the spots we can get knocked back and then killed. I do not want to demonstrate that for you guys. I'm sorry. And we're back to the owl. And then here you want to squeeze underneath while the eyeball's open so you can do damage to it and just keep squeezing. Alright, come on. Get under there. There we go. Get under there. There we go. Good job, Godzilla. You are my buddy. Or not while the eye's open, but while it's closed. Sorry, it's backwards. Alright. I'm just gonna do this. There we go. I generally use the music to try and keep my mashing steady. On Hedra, there's like 3 or 4 seconds where I don't really get to hear it as clearly as I would like. Oh man, I ran out. He finally got me enough. Alright, if his back's against the wall, he will pop up more often. So what do? When you tail whip is you wiggle backwards to get him to come off the wall and then wiggle forward. And he won't retreat. So that will pull him off the wall just a little bit. And hopefully he'll stop popping up as much. We'll fight Mecha Godzilla, I guess. Yes, the last one was the smog monster. Let's just breathe through this. Oh man, see that? 1/3 of my health gone at level 16. Just from that one pop-up. I'm gonna try and get health here. Good. I needed that health real bad. And these things you can do damage to, but we're just going to sneak underneath and not deal with it. You can blow those up, but it doesn't help you out any. It doesn't do anything for you except points. I'm gonna breathe twice. See how much damage those punches are doing now? It's beautiful. Now when you kill a monster... Oh man, come on. Did I get him? No. When you kill a monster, it will give you some health. That's kind of what we were banking on there. So that way I wouldn't be at low health against Gigan here. But I think we got this under control. Alright, we'll just breathe on you now. Or not. Get out of here, man. Okay. We didn't gain a whole lot of health. So we're going to go ahead and move our... No, we just gotta stay here and do it. Wish me luck. We just gotta stay here and do it. Okay, we're good. Alright, so how this fight is going to work, we're going to move up here, and then we're going to not fight, and hopefully we'll heal enough in the stage that we'll be at full health when we fight against... when Ghidra decides to attack us. There's only 3 little pods of health here. Well, maybe 4. We can possibly get one at the end with the turret too. Nope. All right. Ghidra. The strat is punch it. If you get backed into the corner, then use your breath. Oh, damn. This is a pretty good fight so far, guys. Ghidra can pin you in the corner like this and keep you here the entire time and kill you if it's in the mood to. Alright. We almost one-rounded Ghidra. That's pretty good. Okay, for safety strats, we are just going to move here, and then fight Ghidra again. I'm going to pick up some health, hopefully, and dodge the magnet. And then hopefully pick up health here, too. Now the key to really getting these on time is moving forward and punching at the same time. Really helps out. Yeah. One-rounding Ghidra is ridiculously difficult. But we got him in 2 pretty easily. Didn't even lose any health that time. Really. Then we gotta come over here to the base. And that's kind of the game. So if you end up fighting Ghidra and you are low health and you come to this space, this hex, you could just die due to one of these guys. I think that's the last appearance of him, we'll see. After going through... Oh, nope, there's another one! We'll just breathe. There we go. Get out of here. And then we will choose to occupy the enemy headquarters, and that's the run. Hey, 122 is pretty good for taking as much time out to explain things as we did. And for Jupiter not going well. Oh. Thank you for the GGs, guys. Very much appreciated. The war is over. Godzilla has crushed the invaders from Planet X. Peace has returned to the Earth. After the fierce battle, the wounded monsters are resting until they rise again for the sake of mankind. The text scrolling in this thing is the slowest. And on Planet X, the message is left for Earthlings. To our deepest regret, we must admit defeat this time. However, we will get you next time, Gadget. Next time. We the people of Planet X will never give up our plan to invade the Earth. We will see you again in Godzilla 2. And then it's going to do a little roll call here. It'll show us all the enemies and then be like, the end. The best part about Godzilla 2 is it is one of 2 games on the NES that they don't know who the developer is for it. they have no clue who made the game. No idea. Oh, Vegas Stakes is next. That's right. I love Vegas Stakes. That is one of my favorite speedruns. I am very much looking forward to seeing it. Oh, did Vegas Stakes pop up? It's all good. Is that the game where people just give you money? Yeah, kind of. And that's the end. Right there. Much appreciated, guys. Thanks for having me on. Vegas Stakes. Let's do this.